What's up, guys? This is Justin, and I have another great episode in store for you today. Big news, interest rates are going down. I've got a special guest in the studio. You definitely don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Justin Ford Podcast, where I'll be releasing life-changing principles and valuable information focused on all things faith, finance, family, fitness, real estate, and so much more. Let's go! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Justin Ford Podcast. Super excited to be with you here again today. Hope you've been doing great since the last episode. If you're loving the show, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. And if you're really loving the show, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. If you haven't followed me yet on social media, you can at The Official Justin Ford. Again, at The Official Justin Ford. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, X, and also here on YouTube. Got some incredible guests in the studio today, but before we get into that, I do want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Nextdoor Lending. Nextdoor Lending is a team of professionals that believe everyone should be treated as if they live next door. The founders and team members have more than 150 years of combined loan experience, helping clients all over the country choose the best loan program to help you accomplish your goals. Nextdoor Lending is currently licensed in over 26 states and has a team of over 100 loan officers specializing in helping you get the best rate and terms. And so whether you're looking to refinance your home or you're looking to purchase your next home, call my friends over at Nextdoor Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. Speaking of Nextdoor Lending, we have an incredible guest in the studio today. And also my beautiful wife is on the Justin Ford Podcast today. But we're excited to welcome the VP of Client Experience,
yes,
Mr. Vincent Kondur.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, my man? Good to see you.
Thank you. Good
I know
to
it's
see
the
you
VP of something, but I always like, no matter how many times I say it before we go live, it's just like, but yeah, man.
I think that happens to all of us.
Yeah. So VP of Client Experience, but
Yes.
also originator.
Yes.
You're in the ground, in the
Operations,
trenches.
everything.
Everything.
Swiss Army knife.
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
Yes.
And we've got the lovely Joy Ford.
Yes, thank you.
She's like, am I supposed to be on this episode? I
We
said,
don't mean to cause confusion
"Absolutely."
here. It's not Real Raw Uncut. It's the Justin Ford, so I
Right.
gotta act right.
But something.
Just kidding.
Exactly. No real raw and uncut on this one. But it's exciting to have you, man. And, for those of you guys that have been listening to the show, Nextdoor Lending has been a sponsor of our show for a couple years. And we've always had, John Haddad on the show. But John's on the road. He's busy. He's got a lot going on. And I'm like, the next best to bring on the show was you, my brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of business together.
We have.
A lot of deals
Very
together.
successful, yes.
And so definitely excited to have you on. Get people to know you a little bit. Obviously, we just learned a little bit about you before we went live. We'll talk a little bit about some of that experience and kind of your background, but also really where mortgage rates are, because a lot of our listeners are real estate agents, but also kind of like where we're going, right? And really also where's Nextdoor Lending going. So let's talk about it. You've been in the business for 20 years originating?
Almost 20 years. Coming
long
on
you been?
24 years now.
Oh, wow.
Long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time.
24 years.
Yes.
Awesome.
And did you get into the business like right out of college? How did you get into?
So funny,
Mortgages.
I was in college
Yep.
and I wanted to make more money. So I started with Manpower, who's a staffing agency.
Okay.
They
Nice.
placed me in a call center with National City Mortgage.
Okay.
And it just kind of took off from there. And then I started making more money than I would if I graduated.
Right.
So I
yeah.
just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Manpower. Isn't that like where you go there and it's like a temp service, right?
Yes.
I remember those. There was another one. What was that top one? I used to go to that one. Man, if you ever just wanted to make money for the day, you could literally go to this place and they would find a place for you to work, even if it was just for that specific day. And so that's cool that they placed you in a call center for mortgages.
Yeah. So
How old were you?
17.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, 17. So I got the job and the person who hired me is like, well, let's go celebrate. You know, we're going to go take all our team members out. We're going to go to the bar. And I'm like, I can't go. She's like, oh, no, you don't drink? And I'm like, well, I'm not of age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
I don't have a fake ID. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
So 17, call center. Were you like setting appointments? Like what were you doing in the call center?
So this is one of the first refi booms that came in. So basically it was calling and fully qualifying a client. This is before licensing or anything like that.
I
So
remember
you could
those
just
days.
do
That's
that.
when I was in the business. Yeah.
Yep. So just it was taking people from anyone who had a Fannie Mae loan to a Fannie Mae loan or Fannie to Freddie.
Yep.
Nice, simple loans. And the goal was just one a day, and we're just knocking them out.
Yeah. So just banging the phone, setting appointments. And how long did you do that in the call center before you maybe took your next step in the business itself?
I would say probably about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then after a year and a half, I went to a broker.
Yep.
And then kind of fumbled around.
What broker were you with?
E&F Mortgage.
There were
I
so
believe.
many of
So
them.
many. There
Yeah.
were a dime a dozen. Back
yep.
then, to find a job, you'd open the phone book
That
and
was
just
it.
start calling.
Just calling, yeah.
You need somebody, and then that's it.
Yep.
Then I got in a little bit of trouble with the law, but we can save that for another time. And then
I got that background too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, got into Rocket. Was
Okay.
at Rocket for 13 years. I met John and Doug, and
Was it Rocket back then or was it?
it was Rocket.
Oh,
back
so
then.
they had officially called it Rocket back
Yep.
then. Okay.
Officially Rocket.
Yep.
They still had Rock Financial and then
Quicken.
Rocket Mortgage. Yeah,
Yeah.
Quicken.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yep. That's right. It was Quicken before Rocket.
And they changed it to Rocket.
And
Yeah.
they changed it to Rocket.
I mean, I feel like I'd say
Everybody worked
90% of people who are in mortgages today started at Rocket. Those that have been around for a while. Like
Yep.
everybody gets their start at Rocket.
right.
I think everybody needs to go to a place like Rocket. I mean, from a work ethic standpoint, training standpoint, it helps teach you how to do things the right way.
Right.
And then you can take your career from there. I mean, everybody has something to say about Rocket. I have nothing bad to say. I mean, I appreciate everything they taught me.
Yeah.
But it's just time to move on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like, again, everybody started there because if you were young and you could work 12 hours a day, 7
Yes.
days a week, and you wanted to make money, that was the place to go.
You're right.
And when I got into mortgages, it was back in 05, was it? Yeah, 05 when you and I met. And it was Rock Financial back then. And I remember David Hall, like, you couldn't get away from the dude. He was on every
Everything.
every
Especially the
radio
Pistons.
show, the Pistons.
Yep.
And I just remember like they were the competition.
were
Like
the
we wanted to
competition.
crush David Hall, and we were just at some broker as well. But then after things kind of changed a little bit and the regulations came and licensing was required, I think that's when everybody started going over to Quicken and Rocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
How long were you over there?
13 years.
Really?
Yeah, a long time.
Okay.
Long time.
So what, like, talk about that experience. Like, were you on the refinance side, the buy side? I know there's a lot of different sides you can be on there.
Yep.
And then you obviously start climbing the ladder and everything.
Yeah. So at Rocket, before they switched everything to refi purchase, you kind of got both. So
Okay, you did
everything
both.
was in one.
Yeah.
Before they split. And then I stayed on refi, but I had enough skill to take on a purchase every now and then.
Yeah.
And then I went to solution consulting. Actually, before that, I left Rocket for a little bit. Went
Okay.
to Wells Fargo.
Okay.
That was a disaster. Came back to Rocket, and then I went to solution consulting, which is pretty much fixing broken loans. I think that's really where my skill improved tremendously.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's more joy fixing something broken
Yeah.
than there is getting something new. You
Right.
know? So, yeah.
Because the challenge is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like you're putting a puzzle together, you know,
Right.
that's just in complete disarray. So, yeah, did that for about 4 or 5 years, advanced all the way to the top, went back to banking. Sales is just fun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
No, that's awesome. And so did you always, like, obviously I know it started through like the staffing company, but what did you want to do? Like when you were growing up, obviously you were born in India. You just shared that with us, right?
Yes.
Came to the United States and then went back to India for 3 years for middle school.
Yes.
And you
Yes,
said
yes,
that
yes.
was an interesting experience, right?
Very interesting experience. So funny, we moved back and then we came back to America and my parents, we owned a house. So I
Yeah.
think my dad sent us overseas so he could expedite his savings account because it's much cheaper to house us over there.
Right.
I think he sent us $100 a month and we lived lavishly.
Right.
It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, just great. And then, coming back here, it was very, very interesting. But as far as what I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to make money.
Yep.
And I wanted to make money quickly. And my career path in my culture is one of three, right? I'm either going to be an engineer,
Yep.
a doctor,
Yep.
or a lawyer, which is the lowest on that list.
Yep.
And I didn't want any of that. I wanted something that made you feel alive. So yeah, real estate just fit.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting because that's probably what they teach you over there. Like,
Yeah.
hey, these are the three career paths.
Correct.
And that's why I think a lot of people from India come here, go to college here, and pursue those three things.
Correct.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that that was what they teach you over there.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because even like my dad passed away 3 years ago, but even now, like my mom, she still doesn't understand what I do. And
Right.
and no matter how much I explain it to her, she's just like, but if you just become a doctor, and it's like, Mom, there are days that I earn way more than a doctor.
Right.
She's like, I don't understand.
She doesn't understand.
She doesn't
yet.
get it. Yeah.
So that's awesome. So you come back from India. Where did you grow up? What high school did you go to?
North Farmington High School.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So came back in 6th grade, went to Dunkel Middle School.
Okay.
In Farmington Hills.
Nice.
And that was a complete culture shock. I had a big accent.
Yeah.
Talked funny, ate different food, didn't connect with any of the sports, had no friends. So just a complete change.
Yeah.
And then, kind of figured it out, and then went to high school, went to Western for college for a little bit, and then,
Broncos.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah. So when you were in college, obviously thinking about, I want to make money, was there anything on your radar besides obviously those three things? Was there anything else that you were thinking like, hey, I might shoot for this, or I think I want to look into this?
I knew everything that I'd read and seen, sales is where it's at.
Yeah.
I had an uncle who was in sales for IT, and he said, no matter which company you work for, if you're in sales, you're the last one to go.
Right.
So always get into sales. So
That's smart. I like that. That's smart.
yeah, so I wanted sales, and I just didn't know what I wanted to sell. I've sold everything. I've sold knives for Cutco.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
everything. Yeah. And I wanted something better, faster, something that's rewarding.
Yep.
The story with real estate is
Yeah.
what really got me, because
Yeah.
just people's journey on how they get here,
Yeah.
because you could be any age, 20 years old buying a house,
Yep.
70 years old.
Yep.
That could be your first house at 70.
Yeah.
But the path that took you there is it's kind of interesting.
That's awesome.
So
I love that. Yeah, so you kind of accidentally got into the industry.
Yes.
And I always say every person I interview or anybody I know never said, I want to be in real estate when I grow up. It's
Never.
you just find your way into
Correct.
it. And then it becomes this amazing, path for those that really want to embrace it, work hard and go after it. Because without a college degree, what else? And even if you had a college degree, like you said, if you're good at it and you pursue it, what else can you do that's better
Right.
than sales, right?
You're right.
It's huge. So you're at Rocket for 13 years. You meet John over there. Wasn't Doug there?
Yeah, funny enough.
Handful of those guys.
Yes, so I have worked with Doug for majority of my career.
Wow.
And I can't really imagine working for somebody else aside from Doug and John or with
Yeah,
them, because it just works.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a very brotherly love-hate relationship at times that it works,
Yep, yep. And that's the brotherly relationship
Yes.
right there. That's so funny. And so you were there for 13 years. Did you come and right when they started Next Door Lending, or did you come a little bit later?
So I left and I went to Federal Savings Bank.
Okay.
And at the time, the relationship I was in, we were building a house.
Yep.
And I couldn't leave because I'm mid-process,
Right.
and we were getting ready to close. So Next Door Lending, I believe, opened in August, if I'm correct, 2019.
Okay.
And I couldn't come over until April of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been
we
there.
closed, and then I moved.
So you've been there since April 2020.
Pretty much since we opened.
So since the beginning.
Yeah.
Man, Next Door Lending, it's exciting because now in 2025, you guys just got acquired by
NerdWallet.
NerdWallet. And yet what's cool is you're still able to be Next Door Lending.
Yes.
Because I've had people say, well, what's going to change, right? Or what, is because what you guys had even before NerdWallet acquiring you was obviously amazing for even NerdWallet to see it and want to acquire it. You guys have built something pretty special. What do you think separates Next Door Lending, and what do you think would cause a company like NerdWallet? Because when you're NerdWallet, you can look at every option out there and make an offer. What do you feel like separates Next Door Lending from everybody else?
So it's interesting. We had the CEO of NerdWallet in our office, and his founding principle, the way he started NerdWallet, he said, was his sister actually reached out to him and asked him, what's the best credit card? So he went on this wormhole of a search and put together this whole Excel sheet of why choose this credit card, the benefits, the annual fees, etc. And he sent it to her and he thought, I could probably monetize this. And he created NerdWallet. And NerdWallet's a financial resource tool, for those of you guys that don't know, that allows you to go on the platform and you can research what specifically you want, car loans, whatever the case is.
Yep.
And with Next Door Lending, we're kind of the same way. Our philosophy aligns. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much to us if you move forward right now with a loan or not. We just want to make sure we're giving you the right advice and taking care of you, whether it's a purchase, a refi, whatever your needs are, and just being that soundboard and resource for you.
Yep.
And then when you fundamentally align like that with business, I think you almost end up having more business than you can handle because your energy's in the right place.
Right.
And I think a lot of places out there are so much after the next deal or the transaction or just getting it done or the bottom line, and that's why they fail.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously at Next Door Lending, you guys are doing something right to have over 1,000 five-star reviews,
Yes.
a perfect A+ Better Business Bureau rating. And obviously, I think I've been working with you guys now for almost 3 years. And I've shared this even with your LOs, even other real estate agents, because, as a real estate agent, all loan officers want our business, right? And to be able to even share the story why I started working with Next Door Lending when I already had a great banking relationship with a lender was because I could not only see the leadership that you guys have, right, and John and Doug, yourself, but also the vision that you guys have to do something a lot bigger, but also the relationship to be able to work with you guys. And to me, it's a relationship, right? All the community outreach events, you guys are there, and we're grateful for that. All of our company team events, you're there. Sponsoring events with us, right? Being a sponsor of the show, this is like a partnership. That's how I see it. And I think it's so important when, real estate agents are looking, who should I do business with? And I always instruct real estate agents like this. If it's a one-sided relationship and all you're doing is giving and you're not getting anything in return, go find another relationship. It has to be a win-win relationship where there's giving on both sides, where everybody is working together. Because I said, any lender can get a loan closed and offer great service. That's great. But it has to be something where you're giving. And that's what I always tell even your LOs, when I was in the office a couple weeks ago, they're like, what would be your advice to go earn business from other real estate agents? I said, go be a giver. Just go give. Don't ask for anything in return. Go be a giver. Go add value. And I promise you, build a relationship with that person. They're going to want to do business with you at some point.
Yes.
And that's how John did it with me and Joy, right?
Well, with you first, he took you out for a steak.
Well, no, that was the second part. He did take me out for a really good Wagyu steak. But I remember when I spoke on a panel, John was the moderator. At that event, John said,
Oh, I remember now.
He said, "Hey, I'd love for-
downtown Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
that's
He
right.
said,
I
I
was
would
there for
love
that.
for you and Joy to come speak to my team. And we
Oh, I
went and we
forgot. Yeah,
spoke to
you're
the
right.
team and shared our story and just encourage everybody. And I was like, and just, it was that. And John never asked for, hey, can I do one of your, eventually I just said, hey, I've got a buyer. Could you, get us pre-approved for this buyer? And then the rest was history.
Right.
And it was really because of what you guys do, not just the loan products or the customer service, which is phenomenal, but it's who you guys are.
I think that mindset is something that definitely clicked for me towards December.
Yeah.
I think before that, my mind was very transactional, just coming from Rocket.
Yep.
And that shift, I made a promise to myself and the company. I actually made a speech to the company that said, I'm just going to pour my love and resources and knowledge into all of you with zero expectation. And I feel a lot of people these days go into it with this subconscious contract in their head,
Right.
where they want something back. And when they don't feel like they have earned that or gotten that, there's resentment that builds.
Yeah, there
and,
is.
And you can't do that. You just have to give and
With nothing in return.
zero return. And it might
Because
not even come from that person.
You sow enough, you're going to reap.
Right.
It's 100% guaranteed. And if you do it with the right heart, like you said, without that expectation of getting something back,
Exactly.
it comes back. And that's what I love. Obviously it was, I don't want to say it was hard for us, but John has been my guy, right? But then when John became CEO of AIM, we really, and we love everybody at Next Door Lending, but we move at a certain pace and we, we need stuff done when we need it done.
Right.
We need someone to stand in the gap. And I think we've been now working with you for close to a year as our like go-to LO on our team. And you're that, right? Like I always say, John, Vince is that guy, right? Because even now we've got a deal going on with one of our agents and we're trying to piece it together. And you're like, let me call, I'll take care of it. We're going to figure this out. And that's what's great. If you're a real estate agent to have, because I look at if we're working with you as our lender, our title company, we're partners in this deal.
Correct.
We're a team and we all work to get this deal done together. And one wrong hand or, person in that deal could really affect the whole thing.
Right.
And so we're grateful that, you individually, on behalf of Next Door Lending have been that for us. And we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I know Joy's been sending deals to you as well. And she's been crushing it this year on the buy side. And, even your perspective, Joy, why is it like when you're working a deal and you're working with a buyer and you need to get someone pre-approved, why is it so important to have someone like Vince that can really that's on it and you're not just waiting and waiting and waiting? How is that important from a buyer agent standpoint to have the right person in place?
Yeah, I mean, communication is like the number one thing to have between all parties. And the minute my buyers are shopping or they're like, oh, I have a pre-approval from other lender, I'm like, listen, let's get a second opinion. Like my guy is like very on it. He's really honest. He'll let you know what the best program for you is. And like the minute we get into like a text,
Like
a
a
group chat,
text, yeah.
And Vince is like on it, calling,
Quick.
very on it, like
Quick.
as if he works with nobody else.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, honestly, I feel like he probably has no other agents he works with, but he probably has a ton that he works with. So it's like, oh, I don't feel that though, So
which
it's
is
like,
awesome.
and then the clients, their feedback is like, this guy's, it's awesome. Like it's amazing. And it's, communication and just, I've had a great experience. And so I've gotten nothing but great, responses from buyers.
Thank you, Joy.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
Appreciate
words
that.
can come out. I was just like, can't believe how amazing you are.
I appreciate it.
The words
No,
wouldn't come out.
thank
It was
you.
stuck for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm serious. I mean, exactly what Justin's like, listen, have Vince, have him get a second opinion. I'm like, yeah, I know you're right. Because
so
communication
important.
is key,
So
and
important.
you're coming to we have a closing tomorrow together, talking about closing gifts and all these great things. And it's like, there's other lenders out there that are just very, like you said, transactional.
Yes, and I think it's very important LOs go to closings.
Yeah.
And you need to go over the numbers with your client and you need to be there because it's a lot of money they're borrowing.
It is.
They have
Yeah.
questions. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And so again, we appreciate you being that guy. Let's shift gears a little bit. What's going on in the market right now? Because the Fed just cut the rate by 25 basis points, and people automatically think, "Wow, interest rates are going down 0.25," when that's not the case. I'd love for you to just share what does it mean when the Fed cuts the rate, and how does that affect mortgage interest rates?
Sure. So when the Fed cuts rates, essentially that just means that's the rate banks borrow money overnight.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the mortgage rates. The only thing that's affected are home equity loans, car loans, credit cards. That's it. Mortgage rates, your normal 30-year, 15-year rates, are based loosely on the 10-year bond, really based on mortgage-backed securities.
Yep.
And generally, when the Fed is going to cut rates, the market knows that. It's priced in. That's why we've been seeing the 10-year drop over the last couple weeks.
Yep.
From a personal standpoint, to insert an opinion here, again, this is just my opinion, I don't think our country can afford it.
Right.
I think we're in a lot of debt, and I think this rate cut is not good for the long term.
Yeah.
It's good for the short term. Actually, one of the biggest Googled items right now is help with my mortgage.
Wow.
People out there are struggling. Inflation's up. They need to save money. If you're somebody who's over 6.5%, I would highly suggest you reach out to somebody, right? Preferably me, but reach out to somebody and look at doing a refi. See if it makes sense for you. I mean, you got the holidays coming up. Things are expensive. So do something. But I think rates are going to stay probably right around 6% for the rest of this year.
Is that where we're at conventional right now?
Yep, conventional right now.
What about FHA?
FHA is a lot better. I mean, you're going to be between 5.2, 5.3 roughly for FHA.
That's solid compared to where we've been.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. And one's not better than the other. It's really situational.
Yep.
But I think next year we're probably going to be mid fives, maybe low fives at best case scenario. But again, we got to see what happens with the economy.
Yeah. And do you ever see us, and I know I've talked about this with some other people, do you ever see us getting back into the threes and low fours?
You know, it's funny. I don't think so. I mean, I think a lot has to change with just fiscal responsibility
Right.
before we even are close to talking about something like that.
Right.
Our country's in a lot of debt and a
Yeah.
lot of trouble, and the world is in general. So I think it's going to take a lot for us to get back there.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times people who don't really understand all of this, know there's so much more that affects it all, right?
Correct.
It's not just the Fed rate. It's not, there's so many things that affect the economy and how the housing market is and what's going on. And, you know, a lot of times, and I know you have these conversations, so do we, you know, people are like, I'm waiting for interest rates to go back down to the 2s or the 3s. Or I'm waiting for prices to come down. I don't think we're in a market anytime soon where prices are going to come down substantially to where it's worth waiting.
Right. I agree. And it's the same thing with borrowers 2-3 years ago who said, I'm going to wait before I sell my house, right? Or I'm going to wait to buy.
Yep.
And then you go to buy now, and guess what?
Yep.
Prices are higher. You should have just bought.
Yeah. Or the people, even back in, I mean, COVID, right? COVID, like, launched home prices through the roof just because of the lack of inventory. So everybody was like multiple offers. The amount of equity just in 5 years, if you would have purchased in 2020, 2021, even 2022, 2023, you'd have so much equity
much more
right now.
100%.
So to wait, and so even people might say right now, well, oh, did I miss it? No, I think equity, price values, home values are going to continue to rise over the years to come. I don't think we're ever going to go back to a crash or a huge decline in the market. We may see some dips or some changes, but we're definitely not seeing like where we're going to lose equity and houses are going to be a fire sale again.
No, 100%. I mean, in 2008, after the housing crash, like new construction drastically dropped off.
Right.
So we have a complete shortage of supply.
Yeah.
I think the average now is 30 days, maybe 45 days in
Yep.
supply. So in order for our country to catch up, it's going to be years.
Yeah.
So your value is going to continue to go up.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing. I mean, most people, you waiting to refi, you're talking a difference. 1/8% on an average loan is about $30 a month on your payment.
Right.
I mean, and you'll drop that on a DoorDash, right? Your Starbucks
Yeah.
order.
Oh.
Like that's literally what you're waiting.
Oh, yeah.
So just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes we don't think like that
Yeah.
way, but we need to think that
That's
way.
it.
Yeah, because there's a difference when even if your interest rate's a little bit higher and you're building equity, you're building
Yours.
yours
Yes.
versus, renting. So obviously if somebody wants to, learn how can I get pre-approved? Can I get a second opinion? What does that look like? How can somebody reach out to you directly?
Good question. So you can go to our website, www.nextdoorlending.com. You can call me directly.
Yep.
My office line's 248-983-3011, or just send me an email, vincent@nextdoorlending.com. I don't want to take anything away from my team, so you can also email info@nextdoorlending, and we can get those distributed. But regardless, I mean, don't just talk to me. I'll refer you over to a couple other people just to get a second opinion yourself and just to see where everybody's at.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what I love about you. Cause everybody you're going to work with at Next Door Lending is going to do a great job, but I'm saying call Vince. Definitely. That's my boy.
Thank you.
No, that's great. And we'd like to have you on the show more often because we really like to, at least once a quarter, just let people know where things are and what's going on. And not just from the standpoint of, where rates are, but like what's going on in the market, what can we expect, and obviously where are we going?
Of course.
So we appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. And I would just say, what's one thing, because obviously there's a lot of agents out here that are struggling, even loan officers struggling. What's one encouraging thing? Obviously, you're a veteran. You've been in the business a long time. What's one thing that you could leave those that are listening right now with that can maybe give them some encouragement?
This business is very hard. There's thousands of people just like me and you who want to win.
Yep.
And what's going to set you apart is doing the extra. And if you need help, if you just need the encouragement, just like believe in yourself and you're going to do it, and just pick up the phone. Don't overthink. And you have to fail in order to succeed. And it's okay. Nobody's watching you. Just do it.
Failure is a part of success.
Yes.
Everybody wants to avoid the failure and just get to the success, but that's not how it works.
Yeah. What do they say? It takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Put in the work.
put in the work.
Well, we appreciate you, bro. We're so grateful that
Thank you so
thank
much.
you,
not only were you able to
course.
join us today, but for all that you do for us and our team. I mean, everybody on our team absolutely loves you, man.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Definitely. Thanks for
Yes,
being on
thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Feel free to share this episode with somebody that you know, if you know another real estate agent or maybe even someone who's looking to purchase a home or looking to refinance. Definitely have them reach out to Vince. He is the man. And like I said, he's done a phenomenal job for us and our team. He's been in the business a long time. And so definitely reach out to him. If you love our show, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. Feel free to follow us on social media. And feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. We'd love to be able to answer those and help you. Before we wrap up today, I do want to remind you, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Next Door Lending. They're not just a sponsor of the show. This is our preferred lender at the Justin Ford Real Estate Team. Again, over 1,000 5-star reviews, a perfect A+ Better Business Bureau rating. And so if you're a buyer looking to purchase and get pre-approved and go out and take advantage of the lower rates, call our friends over at Next Door Lending. If you're a homeowner looking to refinance, take some cash out, lower your interest rate, call our friends over at Next Door Lending. And if you are a real estate agent looking for a great mortgage lender, call our friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. Two things we always like to leave you with. Number one, it's not how you start. What matters is how you finish. And number two, with God, all things are possible. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.